I'm waiting there. They're like, well, we're waiting for Clint. And he's got a whole crew that's been with him for years. And they kept going, okay, Clint's coming. Clint's in front of the building. Clint's pulling up. And I'm going.
It's like Elvis.
I never got like that before in my life.
Wow.
And I was like, oh my God. And I'm standing in front of the elevator. And they go, okay. And I see it going. They said, he's in the elevator. And all of a sudden, I see first floor, second floor. And the door goes, bing. Like the door's open like that. And he went.
This is the Cats and Pudding Podcast. A melting pot of pudding. And now, here's Jen.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to my new episode of Cats and Pudding. And today, oh my God, do I have a guest for you guys? She needs no introduction, actually.
The guest of all guests.
She's the guest of all guests, the godfather of all guests.
The godmother
of all guests. Miss Kathrine Kitty Narducci. Look at who I have right here. Amazing. She's doing the queen.
I did this when I was the what do you call that when at the St. Gennaro feast they made me the
queen?
Not the queen, you get on the float, you're the
Grand Marshal.
And I did the Queen's wave the whole time. I finally got on a float and I was able to do the Queen's wave.
Well, you are the queen. You are the queen. You're amazing.
You're a queen too.
No, listen, I love you. First of all, I love this woman. I knew that her and I were going to be automatic friends the minute we even contacted each other on Instagram, and I fell in love with her the minute I met her.
You felt a vibe?
I felt such a vibe with you.
Do you feel like you could tell vibes through the screen?
1,000%.
Me too. I can tell who people are.
You could see who's fake and how they post and everything else. Because most people who post on Instagram, it's a show. And it's so superficial, but when I see somebody and they're really posting and they really are real, you could tell who they are.
Right.
You could totally tell. But I knew her and I would love her, and I'm so in awe of you. I've been a fan of yours for so many years.
Oh my God.
And I love you. I do.
Thank
I love
you.
her. And I'm like so happy
love
you're
you
here.
too.
No, I love you more.
We're gonna go surfing.
Yes, we're gonna go surfing.
In Far Rockaway Beach.
Yes, we're gonna be in a bromance.
We're gonna be in a
homance.
In a homance.
She's my new crush,
yes.
Miss Kathrine. Kathrine, I know we don't like to ask questions. I know you want to go through all the same questions that people ask you all the time, but I'm going to ask you one question.
Wow.
How many times have you been Robert De Niro's wife on screen?
His wife,
3
times, but working with them, 6.
It seems like you've been his wife so many more times than 3.
Everybody thought I was his wife in The Irishman. I was Pesci's wife in The Irishman.
You know what? But I didn't.
But they think because they see me, him.
Well, everybody connects you to him. That's why, especially from the Bronx Tale. Yeah. That's where they connect you from.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
I feel like that's a good
connection
thing to be connected to.
Absolutely.
Because he gave me my start, and I do love him.
You do. And how many did you when you that was your first major role was in Bronx Tale?
Off the street and on Robert De Niro's lap in an audition.
Wow. Talk about a step up in his lap. And he was young then.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still hot. He's still a hot guy.
Yeah.
Did you ever have a crush on no. That never happened?
No.
Come on.
No.
I know you can't talk about it.
No.
But
No.
Look, no crush.
I would a crush.
Crush.
Oh, I think he's beautiful. When I first met him,
in awe of him.
Of course, I had a crush.
And if you the person the first who that you have met was somebody that just starstruck you. You've been with Martin Scorsese, Chaz Palminteri, Robert De Niro, who else? Christopher Walken. There's people Clint Eastwood, Joe Pesci. These are big
Clint
names.
Eastwood was the biggest one for me. I didn't know what to. He's Clint Eastwood.
He's such a
that's
man.
Hollywood royalty.
Yes. That's like meeting John Wayne.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, he's old school, legendary.
That's like Clark Gable. That's like meeting Clark Gable.
Meeting De Niro was too. Walking in a room and being like, oh my God, I'm going to have contact with this person who I watched my whole life on screen. And then all of a sudden you're sitting there and you're working with them. It's it's surreal. You got to keep saying this is surreal. And
we were I can't believe this is happening. You know what it is? I think maybe because Robert De Niro is an Italian, and it's kind of feels the same. You know what I'm saying? But Clint Eastwood, it's more like you have that connection because you guys are the same we're the same nationality, we're the same background.
Yeah.
So maybe that was why you felt more comfortable.
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood is a different.
No, Clint Eastwood, it was like,
Oh my God, he's so good looking.
it was unbelievable. And when I did
He's such
Jersey
a man.
Boys, want to hear how, this is how I met him. So I put myself on tape to get that role,
Mm-hmm.
right? I self-taped. And then I flew to Hollywood and I do the movie. I'm there. I still don't meet him. I never met him. Like, I got the part. He's going to direct me. And I show up. They do my hair, makeup for first day working. And then we go to the location on, I think it was on Paramount we filmed. And on the lot. And then I'm waiting there. They're like, well, we're waiting for Clint. And he's got a whole crew that's been with him for years. And they kept going, okay, Clint's coming. Clint's in front of the building. Clint's pulling up. And I'm going.
It's like Elvis.
I never got like that before in my life. And I
Wow.
was like, oh my God. And I'm standing in front of the elevator. And they go, okay. And I see it going. They said, he's in the elevator. And all of a sudden I see first floor, second floor. And the door goes, bing. Like the door's open like that. And he went, well, you are astonishingly beautiful.
Wow.
And I was just like,
and so
oh
are you.
my God.
How handsome is
Like,
he?
handsome, tall, soft-spoken.
He's such a man.
Oh my God,
man,
it was
too.
amazing.
He's such a man.
Every single day I pinch myself on that set.
Oh my God.
Pinch
I love
myself.
him. I love him. My grandmother loved him and loved Chuck. I don't know why she loved Chuck Norris so much. I don't think he's that sexy.
Your
but
grandmother loved Chuck Norris?
Chuck Norris. Isn't that and
That's funny.
And Clint Eastwood and Paul Newman. Paul Newman, another one. Did you
Oh,
ever get
no,
to meet
Paul
him?
Newman. No, I never. I didn't meet him.
But those are the three men that I equate like just Paul Newman, Robert Redford, and Clint Eastwood is like these. I don't know. They're just like the hot, like all American, just. I mean, people that are like astonishing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just right.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? Those
Yes.
three.
Yes.
That's the way I look at them. And I think that. Like Robert De Niro and like Joe Pesci is more relatable, so I guess you're more relatable to them, so you feel more
Yeah.
comfortable. It's not as you're not starstruck by them, but it's like you
But
feel
I think
comfortable.
even Pesci and Robert De Niro are going to be in awe of Clint Eastwood.
Of course, that's what I'm saying.
And
Yes.
Scorsese.
Of course.
You know, meeting Scorsese too was another big moment. You know, I auditioned for that. I put myself on tape, and then you get the call. Okay, Marty wants to meet you.
Mm-hmm.
And the way he auditions you is you go meet him in a hotel, you know, with this crew is there. You're in the room alone with him because he just wants to see who you are and who he's
Right.
working with.
Right.
And that was like, it
That
went
must
from,
have been like
I got to tell you, I thought it was going to be quick. You go, you talk a little bit, and then you leave. I was there over an hour. We ordered, first we had coffee. Then I was like, hey, he goes, then we had champagne. And I had this, I was there for like over an hour. It was like I was with somebody, the familiarity was just, it felt like I knew him my whole life.
and I would think that it would feel like that with him and with Robert De Niro and with Joe Pesci because it's like they're Italian.
Pesci's very,
he seems like really laid back
but
and fun.
Pesci's very, very different from who he plays. He's very soft-spoken and gentle.
Yeah, I've seen him on
Like
interviews.
so night and day. That's why, to me, he's an incredible actor because he's nothing like that.
Yeah.
Like the people he plays.
Well, if you look at him, he does, of course, all his gangster roles, but also he's been in movies where he played like the
Comedy.
Home
Alone.
Alone.
My Cousin Vinny.
With the one with Mel Gibson. What was that? What's the
Oh,
one? Him,
oh,
and,
yeah.
and Danny Glover.
Yeah, I forgot.
He played the Jewish accountant.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What was that movie called? I can't even think about it. I
forgot-
love that movie.
Yeah,
That was a
great.
great movie. Did you ever meet Mel Gibson?
Oh, Lethal Weapon? was
Lethal
it?
Weapon, that's it.
Lethal Weapon.
Did you ever meet Mel Gibson?
Mel Gibson?
Yeah.
No.
He's so hot. Oh my God. Who was your like if you could date somebody in Hollywood, who would it like that you've ever seen as like the most besides Clint Eastwood because we know he's gorgeous, but
God, that's-
like who did you meet in person that
There's
you were
not
just
that
like
many.
drop
Like
dead?
I know that there's so many good looking like Clooney and Brad Pitt and I don't know who. I don't know. Really, I don't have that many
No
Hollywood crushes. I fall in love with people that I meet, like real people.
Who was your favorite actor? Like if you had to choose.
As actresses, Shirley MacLaine,
I love
I
her.
love Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Oh, she's amazing.
Laura Dern.
Yeah.
Um,
Amazing women.
Yeah, like those three I love. I love them.
Who do you have you felt like you emulate or wanted to emulate as far as people that you admire?
Uh I the three that I just
three
said,
is-
I love them. I just think that they're so all three of them are raw. They're very raw actresses. They're not afraid to get ugly and expose themselves. As my old acting teacher said, he used to scream out when you were on stage doing a scene. And he used to scream out, "Stop being a fucking mirror actor." Because if you were worried about how you looked and more about how you look and your
And
clothes
besides
and
how you're
how's my
acting.
makeup, instead of screw everything, I'm just worried about
The
the
what you're
character and what's
producing.
going on internally instead of externally.
Right.
And I feel like Shirley MacLaine, Laura Dern, and Maggie Gyllenhaal, especially. You ever see the movie Baby?
Yes.
She was amazing. And
I also like the movie Secretary that she played. That was
Secretary,
amazing.
she's amazing.
movie.
And she's not afraid
No,
to
no.
show her bad side.
No,
She's
no.
not afraid of looking ugly. And I think that's why we gravitate. And that's why I love British films and British TV, because they use real people that are, imperfect. And here, I
Not
think,
everybody's a Kardashian.
yeah, not everybody's, but God bless them too.
God bless them too. They have a great momager, that's for sure.
Yes.
They do. I mean, God
Yeah.
bless that's their thing. But I mean, let's be honest, I don't want to talk about it, but they don't have the talent of being a real actresses. That's not what they're made for. Listen, they're brilliant at what they do,
Yeah.
and they're brilliant at that. But I don't think that they have talent as far as like you have talent. Like you're an artist. I don't look at them as being an artist and somebody who has got internal artistry. I think that they're very good business people, and I think that they have a niche and they're good at what they do on reality. But I don't see them like I won't look at them and say, "Oh my God, they're brilliant." You know what I
Right.
mean? Like brilliant business people, brilliant knowing what the public wants.
Well, I don't think they see themselves as actors, do they?
Well, I know. I think Kim Kardashian now is on the new American Horror Story right now. I think she's trying.
You've
to
seen
pursue-
her act
Yeah.
on it?
Yes, she's
I didn't
on the
see
new
it.
season.
How was she?
She played herself. She played her mother. She played a manager. Like that's who she played. She
Oh,
played somebody like.
Was
not-
she good? You liked?
Not that she played her mother, but she played a character like her mother.
Right.
She played an actress's manager
Right.
and PR person.
Right.
So really, she was acting like her mother. So how much did she have to really put into it? So it wasn't like she decided to play that and she's playing the Dalai Lama. She's not. But she played a good, her mother role.
It's very hard to play yourself. When I did a Bronx Tale, De Niro said to me, "I want you to stay natural like you did on the audition." He said, "That's the hardest thing to do." He said, "People are going to say to you, 'Oh, you're not acting, you're just being you.' But you know how hard it is to stay yourself natural, relaxed, and just be natural in front of a camera?" He said, "Think about this. When you go to a wedding and the film, what do you call the guy that goes around with the camera?
The photographer.
Filming everybody. The videographer. To, hey, say something for the bride and groom. You're all natural at the table. As
And
soon
then all
as
of a
he
sudden,
comes,
right,
everybody
you freeze
goes,
up.
"Hi, I want to say," and you start acting. You
so
don't act
true.
yourself and sit there and
No.
go, "Yeah." You become,
Yeah.
"Oh, the camera's
It looks
here."
contrived.
Right?
It doesn't look like it's
Very hard
it's-
to stay natural. That's the hardest thing in the world to do, is stay natural and be yourself and stay relaxed.
I
That's the
think in a
hardest
Bronx
thing.
Tale you looked relaxed in the role. Like I
Well,
think
that's
that you
because
did.
of De Niro. He made me feel I trusted him. Trust is a big factor. You have to trust. If you don't trust your environment, you got to trust the environment. You got to feel safe. And it's important. All that's important.
And you do work with Chaz. You do a podcast with him.
I
too.
love Chaz.
Yeah.
Chaz is
He's
the best
amazing.
guy in the world.
My
to
most
me.
favorite line of any movie is "Now you can't leave." I say that all the time.
Now
I
you
love
can't
that. I love it. I recite. I'm like an idiot savant. I recite movie lines.
How
all
about
the time.
wasted talent? How many people do you know that do have wasted talent?
It's so true.
Wasted talent to me is one of the most incredible quotes, because I know so many people that are so talented and don't use their talent.
It's so true.
And I'm like, if I knew what you knew, or I had what you had, forget what I would do with that.
So
and they
true.
just, You know, my friend is a great artist painter. He won't do anything with it. He's like, effortless.
Effortless. But that's not his passion. It's
Yeah, it's gotta be a
It's
passion.
got to be a passion.
gotta
And you're an incredible artist too. You are very good. She's not only just an actress artist, but you are a painter.
You.
Beautiful.
Thank
I've
you.
seen some of the work that you put. I can't wait to see
All
it in
expression,
person.
all self-expression. You know, when I'm not acting, I want to paint. Because I want
But
to
you love
continue
it. But
to
you
keep
love it.
my instrument going. However, I have to express myself. That's what I do. Like painting, doing a podcast, just always doing something. Always constantly trying to keep creative.
You're a creative person.
I'm
very creative person.
I agree. I am a creative person.
And you also wrote a memoir or
No,
about
I'm
yourself.
writing memoirs right now from my childhood, which I had a very interesting childhood, a very dysfunctional
It's amazing.
childhood.
This is amazing. So you have an amazing story. You have a cool,
dysfunctional childhood.
dysfunctional, but really a good. It's a good story. Interesting story.
You know, I got to tell you something. For anybody who wants to write and they feel so overwhelmed, like they don't know where to begin, everybody always said to me, "Oh, you should write your story and write," you know. And I'd say I'm not a writer, but you could tell such a good story. Like all the stories you tell us are so good. You make us see it visually. You're so good at expressing and telling a clear story, having a clear vision, remembering every detail when you tell the story. And I thought, you know what? That I can do. What if I act like on my computer, like I'm telling the story to somebody across from me, and I'll write out what I'm going to say.
How you would talk? How would you would tell somebody? Like if you were talking to me,
Right.
you wrote it. How you would be if you were just telling me?
I'd say, "Hey Jen, you know what happened when I was a kid, and I went to Jefferson Pool." And then I'd start writing it. And then you know what happened? And I'd write it. And it came out
flowed.
like so good.
It flowed.
It's so good. Yeah. So I did like 7 short stories. And I want to pitch it as a series through it. It's going to be like growing up in Harlem, East Harlem, through a little girl's eyes, through her point of view, her perspective, and how she saw this world.
I mean,
Things that happen to her.
The one story that you told me. I mean, I was just like blown away, and it was so interesting. I think that I keep hitting this cat in the head. So, I know I'm gonna knock it over by the end of the day. But it's just so interesting, and I think that it would be an amazing. I mean, series, movie. I think see more like a series. Like
I think it's more of a series. My friend said it's more of a movie, but I really believe it's like more of a series. And you never see a series really through a little girl's eyes.
No.
You know, like the Wonder Years was all about Chris Rock. I feel like, and especially that's back in the late 60s, 70s, into the 70s.
Yeah.
I think it would. I just think it would be so good. More 70s.
Yeah.
I just think it would be so interesting.
I think so too. I think people would be interested watching. Again, I brought this up with my last kids. It's the whole Italian thing. Everybody loves to hear or anything, our culture. A lot of people, many people just love our culture. They love us. They love the way we are. And I think that it would be, so many people would be very interested in it, especially who you are. They would be interested in the way you grew up. And where you came from and how you got to where you are and the roads you traveled down.
Right.
Because everything that happened to you in your life brought you here, right?
Yes.
All the roads that you have brought you and defined you in
Yeah.
your life, right?
Yeah.
It made you
All
who
of
you
us.
are. Everybody, right?
All
It
of
made
us.
you who
Every
you
choice
are.
you make brings you closer to your journey.
Absolutely.
And where you're going.
It's sometimes even the bad things that also defines you and makes you a better person.
Oh my God.
Right?
Yeah, of course. All the losses that I had, all the death in my life at an early age. My father, dying when I was 11. My mother died when I was 26.
My father died when I was 11. Isn't that
No.
weird? Yeah. Yep. Isn't that weird? See, I told you we were.
Wow. What month did he die?
April.
My father was born in April. When was he born? Don't say May.
No, my father's birthday was in January, but he was born, but he died in April.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry.
I'm sorry too. But that defines us. I mean, I know it
Yeah.
defined me.
Yeah.
You know, so and I think your story is amazing. I think I would watch it. I would totally watch it. I know people would be interested in how you grew up. Definitely.
Yeah. It was very colorful, to say the least.
And I'm sure it was like a cathartic too, like to talk
It
about.
is.
Right?
It is. Once you start writing it all out, you can't stop. It's like therapy. It really is
and
therapy.
that's probably made it, you were able to
your
come out.
computer becomes the therapist, so you're throwing it all on.
And that must have felt like a relief, but it also felt like a accomplishment at the same time.
It does.
Right?
Yes, it's very gratifying.
I can't wait to hear the other stories. I'm excited. I'm going to know them first. I'm so...
So wait. So you said you have a game?
Yes, I have a game. But first, I wanted to ask you before I have to ask
Be
you one
organized
question.
and look at your
I
notes.
have to ask you one. I have to talk about The Sopranos because if I don't,
Oh,
I
The
can't.
Sopranos.
I have to. What's the difference between being on a series and then being in a movie? Like what
Well, on a
did you
series,
find
you
better?
sort of form a family.
Yeah. Because
You
you're there
know,
with them for so long.
And on
time.
The Sopranos, we were a family. It was a total family. Not one person had, I don't think, from what I know, never, like, no bad feelings. Like, you hear all the drama on some of these shows. Everybody, because James, the top of the food chain,
he kept everybody.
was our
father. He
role
was like-
model. And that's just the way it was. He was Mr. Humble. And it trickled down to us. And we were really like a family and loved each other. And going to work was fun. You know, we were all friends. We'd all go out after. We'd hang out all the time, laugh on set. Like, it was amazing. It really was a family. And I was on it from the beginning to the end.
And Tony had the crush on you. That was fun.
Tony had the crush
one
on
of my
me.
favorite.
I love James, and I miss him so much. That was a very, very big loss to us and to the world.
Everybody. It was.
And to his son and his child and his wife and to everyone.
I mean, you know what? Watching The Sopranos, I mean, I was telling you, I watched it through COVID again, and it's still such a brilliant, brilliant series. It's like such a brilliant show, even 20, 25 years later. And you get so connected to the characters. It's like, you know, I couldn't wait to come and watch the show. I remember when I first came on, and I'm like, I couldn't wait to see what happened. And Tony was just like, you just felt sorry for him. You felt, because, you know, I grew up in a neighborhood full of gangsters. You know what I'm saying? And listen, everybody, you know, you look at them and they're like these movie stars, and then, you know, of course, you know, when that you know, their whole persona, but he showed the human side of the whole.
Yeah, of course.
That's where it was so.
Well, that's the brilliant writing.
That was the brilliant writing of it, to show that side.
And I always say, Lorraine Bracco,
my God.
But her character, to me, if she wasn't on the show and there weren't the sessions, you wouldn't know all that was going on. What
She was
makes
a
him
key
tick,
point.
where he's coming from, and understanding that you are a victim of circumstance. A child is put into a situation. He was put in the situation by his father. So you start to understand him, and that's why you grew a love for him. And I had professors, people from all walks of life coming up to me going, oh my God, the show's brilliant. You know, when it was out. All walks of life. It doesn't matter. You could have been graduated Harvard.
No, people
or
love
been
this
from
show.
Brooklyn.
People love this show.
Tony was such a character that you just were. He had such magnetism, and charismatic, and empathy, and vulnerability that you got to see in the sessions.
Yeah, she saw the realness.
With Lorraine, speaking about his mother, and so you grew this.
You
kind
needed
of
that key. You needed her
to shoot him up. You don't care about
You don't see the human side of him, and the family side of him, and everything.
But it also teaches us that in life too. Bring it to life. Like, just for instance, people say. You just said, well, I don't think you didn't say anything bad. You're saying, I think they're more business people. The Kardashians.
Right.
How do we really know who a person is? All of us, we all have something on the back burner.
Yes.
The guy who's sweeping the streets could be a brilliant artist and can have a house full of art. We'll never know, because all we see is him sweeping the street. We don't see that, what he has on the back burner. We all have something that is the real us, not what we show.
The projector that we show.
I think what we don't see is who we are. And what we show is is just what we show, and what people don't see is what we protect and who we really are. And I feel like that's with Tony. Get back to the Sopranos. Could you imagine if we all exposed our therapy sessions to the world?
Oh my
People
God.
that didn't like you may have a little empathy for you.
I'd be probably.
They may understand you, but they may understand you more.
But
if
they would
could be in
understand
your
me more.
therapy session.
That's
and really
true.
understand your deep, dark hurts, your secrets, what went on in your childhood, and really have a real understanding of you.
See see the definition. What defined you in your life? What brought you to where you are today? That's what was showing with Tony. Was showing where
Exactly.
he came.
But all of us,
Yes.
brought us to who we are,
And that's why he was so relatable as a character.
Yeah. They say hurt people hurt people.
Yes. Yes.
If you're in that guy's session, you'll see why. You'll hear why. You'll understand more. So I think that whole concept of viewing, to me, that was the most important part of the
brilliant.
show. Family too. The family.
Yes, the family was
how
great,
we
but that was
operated,
brilliant.
brilliant. But
Brilliant.
he had to put a hat on to be the father, the son, the son to Olivia,
The gangster.
the nephew to he had to serve everybody, and all these different parts were working. And I think we identified with that because that's what we do.
That's what we all do.
We
every
have
day.
different relationships to each person. We're different. I'm different here today than I'm going to be, in my doctor's office with my
Right.
doctor, or, whatever. There's so many different parts to us. That's what we related to. Subconscious, if you go into it deep, subconsciously, that's what we related to.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. I think that what you're saying is 100% true. It's just you saw his human side, and that's why you related to him.
Exactly.
And you saw that's what it was. That
Right.
amazing
Otherwise,
character.
he would have just been a gangster.
That's it.
Period. End of story.
That's it. That's it. You wouldn't have
But
been.
he was more than that.
He was more
He
than
had
that.
a heart, even though he killed. He had empathy, even though
He was vicious, and
yeah.
he was. Yeah.
So I find that so interesting.
Yeah, he was a very, like you said, he was an interesting character, and your character was great. We just love the show. One of my favorites, and it's funny. Like I said the other night, I walk in after the day that I first met you in person. My son-in-law was watching it, and of course, it was a scene that you were in. I'm like, oh my God, there's my friend, my
Right.
new friends.
Right.
And it's just amazing that you. I was just amazing that you were a part of it. Don't you feel like that was like it's?
I
Amazing
feel
that
very
you were a part of
lucky that I feel lucky that my career, when I think about my career, that I was part of everything I did turned out
Iconic.
to be iconic.
Yes.
Like A Bronx Tale, Sopranos, or worked with iconic people, like even The Irishman, working with Scorsese,
Yeah.
or I worked with Hugh Jackman. I did a movie called, oh God, it was on HBO, Educated something. I forgot the name of it. Don't kill me. Working with Hugh Jackman, Clint Eastwood. I felt like every time I did something, I got to work with somebody iconic,
Right.
or something that turned out to be iconic. Like,
You've lived an amazing life, and just the people that you work with, it's just like, oh my God, it's just jam packed.
even
with
Godfather Harlem right now, the series that I'm on now. I love working with Vincent D'Onofrio. Chaz was on that too. There's so many great people on that show.
Was Vincent ever on this? He was never on The Sopranos, right?
No.
Vincent D'Onofrio. No, his
No.
sister was. Right? Well, didn't Janice there wasn't Janice his sister? Isn't
No.
Janice? Who? She's what's his name?
Totoro.
Totoro.
Yeah.
Right.
Nick
she's
Totoro.
Totoro's sister.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I met him in a Yankee game once. Isn't that funny? He was
Yeah.
sitting in front of me.
Not a sister, cousin.
Cousin. Oh, I thought they were sister
Yeah,
and brother.
cousins.
That's yeah. Do you still talk to a lot of the cast? Do you still talk
I still
to people?
talk to, yes, I talk to Dre. I keep in touch with the kids.
They have a podcast.
I did their podcasts. Vinny Pastore is like my brother.
That's big pussy.
Yeah,
everybody.
big pussy. I talk to still Johnny V, Artie Bucco, aka Artie Bucco.
that's her
I still
husband
stay in
on the
touch with
show.
all of them. But I'm thrilled too. I want to give my new movie a
Yes,
plug.
we want to. Yes, we
So
got to talk
I just
about
did
that.
a movie. I wrapped a movie called Alto Nights. Barry Levinson directed it. I'm playing De Niro's wife again.
See, that's number 4 now.
And that's going to be a big movie. That's coming out in November. That's Warner Brothers. That's their baby movie. That's their baby. And it's going to be a big movie. De Niro plays 2 people. He's playing Vito Genovese and Frank, who's the other gangster?
Gambino? No, not Genovese. From Staten Island is the one he's playing?
Vito Genovese and...
Castellano.
Paul Castellano.
Paul Castellanos. But
not Castellano.
Paul.
No, not Castellano. Frank. Oh, God. Somebody help me. See, you need a person here. And I go, pull it up.
Pull it up. Well, yeah, because
he's playing 2 people.
Yes.
But it's going to be an amazing movie. I'm really excited about it. Deborah Messing and I are the 2 female leads.
Wow.
And it's going to be a really good, big movie.
That's amazing.
And I love working with Barry Levinson.
He's an amazing director.
Yes, I worked with him on Wizard of Lies, where I played De Niro's secretary. If I'm not married to him, I'm his secretary.
If you're not married to and what other roles have you played with him besides his wife and his secretary?
The Irishman.
Irishman, you were his wife's friend. And Joe Pesci.
His friend.
Right.
His
wife friend.
Best friends.
Best friends, yeah.
And then I did a series, movie of the week for him. It was, believe it or not, the Sammy the Bull mini series that was on like ABC or NBC. Tom Sizemore played Sammy the Bull, and I was in that. I played Michael Imperioli's wife, but he produced that. So yeah.
So you have a lot of history to him.
Yeah.
So this is a good time to bring you to a game that we want to play now.
Oh.
So we're gonna say, let's say, I don't know if I want to do. Let's do this. I'm gonna do this one first. So the game is called Fuck, Marry, or Kill. So it means that you're gonna want to fuck them, kill them, or marry them.
All right, go.
Okay, ready? Okay. So first round of men. Robert De Niro, Martin Scorsese, and Al Pacino.
Oh my God! Holy shit! But if I fuck Bob, that's gonna be like family. So maybe say I'll marry Bob.
Okay,
I'll
so
fuck Pacino.
And you're gonna kill Martin Scorsese?
No, I don't want to kill Martin Scorsese. How about I marry Bob?
Okay.
I
fuck Al.
Fuck Scorsese.
And kill Al.
And kill Al.
Good answer. So she wants to kill Al Pacino. But maybe kill him in bed, though.
Oh, yeah.
That's because we take it either way.
Yeah.
All right, next round. Eric Dane, Jacob Eldor. How do you say his last? Eldor.
Who's Eric Dane?
Isn't he? Is it Euphoria?
Oh, well, the father.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
And Eldor. I can't say his last. Eldorty. Jacob Eldorty.
Oh my God, he's so much younger than me.
And Dominic Fike.
I think he's so cute. That's fuck, kill, or marry?
Yeah, fuck, marry, or kill.
Oh my God. Well, damn. All right, I'll marry Jacob.
Okay.
And
he's young though, Jacob, right?
I'll fuck the father. I'll fuck the father, Dominic, Dane, and but I don't want to kill Dominic Fike. But
you could kill him in bed. We don't have to say.
All right, I'll kill them in bed.
Yeah, you don't have to say we're gonna murder them.
But I'm too old. I feel like I'm too old. I feel horrible even talking about young people.
You're a MILF. It's all right.
All right, MILF.
Okay, next. Ready for this one?
Yeah.
Michael Imperioli, James Gandolfini, or Tony Sirico.
Oh shit! I'll kill Tony. Fuck Michael and marry Jimmy.
Yeah. I was going to say put Tony Soprano and James Gandolfini to see which one you would marry, whether the character or the actor.
Oh, my God. That's so interesting.
Yeah, right? I was going to say that. Which one would you marry? Which one would you be?
That's interesting.
So we can do that, too. So which one? To think about that. What would
Holy shit.
So take out Tony Sirico and
tell
me.
I fuck Tony.
Oh, you have to fuck Tony.
Yeah, fuck Tony.
Come on. Totally have to
marry
fuck
James.
Yes.
And kill Tony. I'll kill Sirico.
Okay.
I love Sirico, though. I was close with Tony. But
I told you I have a cat named after him. He's Paulie Walnuts, my cat.
Oh.
Isn't that funny? That's who I named my cat is black, but it has these little it's like his hairless here, so it looks like he's got the Paulie stripes. So that's why I call him
I
Paulie
love
Walnuts.
that.
He's
I
so
love
cute.
that.
And I have another cat named Camilla. Isn't that funny?
Camilla and
Yeah, Camilla and Paulie.
Oh, I like that.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah, very.
Yeah.
They call me Kitty.
I know
That's
you had
why
a
I love
you love
cats
cats
and
and pudding.
pudding.
And then when you're gonna come on as my special guest,
It's gonna be Cats,
Kitty, and
Pudding.
Yeah, and we're gonna make sure our kitty's taken care of.
Wait,
right?
I got a question for you.
Oh, boy.
wait, is there another question for me? Do
Wait,
yours
one
and
more,
then we'll
one
do
more.
mine.
I have one more.
Do yours.
I have one more. Fuck, marry or kill. Okay, Vincent D'Onofrio, Rafi Gavron, or Forrest Whitaker. Forrest Whitaker.
Kill Rafi. Fuck Vincent. And marry Forrest.
You have to marry Forrest.
Yeah.
Because he's awesome. How
Yeah.
is it working with him?
He's
I
the
love him.
kindest, gentlest, soft-spoken person I've ever met in my life.
I love him. You know who my favorite movie he was in was The Crying Game.
Oh.
What an amazing movie.
Yeah.
Remember? That was a great movie.
Yeah.
Great movie. One of my favorites.
I
He's an
love
amazing actor.
him. I love him. He's very. They're so talented on this show. I love working on this. And Chris Brancato, the creator, also did the cocaine show.
The Narcos.
Narcos.
Yep,
Now he's got a new one, Cocaine House. Something cocaine.
Cowboys, not Cocaine Cowboys.
It's
I know which
called
one you're talking about.
It's cocaine.
It's
something.
on Netflix.
All right,
I need
I need to ask you.
Oh, boy.
This is a good question, and this is deep. This is deep. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
All right, lay it on me,
If you
sister.
were in a room,
Uh-oh. Should I take my jacket off for
I
this?
want everybody to think about this. If you were in a room with everyone you've ever met in your entire life, who would be the one you would look for, dead or alive?
Wow.
With everyone you've ever met your entire life.
That's amazing. I probably would say my father and my mother because they're both passed away.
Oh,
Yeah.
me too.
Yeah.
Okay, got another one. If someone gave you, this one I love
can't wait to hear
so
this.
much. If someone gave you a box
Mm-hmm.
with everything you've ever lost in it, what would be the one thing you'd want to find in it?
So could it?
It's going to be everything you've ever lost in your
is
life.
it possessions or people?
No,
It's
possessions.
What did I ever lose? Okay, it would probably be my mother's ring. I got slapped off my hand at a party. Slapped off. I could never found it again.
Oh my God.
So I would want to find that. I would want to find that.
Oh my God.
That's what I would want.
Do you like these questions?
I love them. These are great questions.
Okay. If you had a chance to relive one day of your life, your entire life, what day would it be?
Meeting you.
Oh,
I'm such a brown.
Now you need sound effects.
Meeting my new friend Kathrine.
Oh,
is that
I
nice?
love that.
Is that nice?
Okay. If you can receive a letter from your future self,
Future self.
what advice or insight would you hope to find in it?
Oh, my future. Get rid of all the get rid of all the men that bring you drama. That would probably be. Get rid of anybody who brings you drama. The men especially.
So pick or choose your new sweethearts.
Yes, pick and choose my new sweethearts now.
Don't glorify them. Don't put them. I always say, don't make a man more than what he is, less than what he is. See him for what he is. Don't put him on a pedestal. Don't make it. Because you remember, I don't know, we have, I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but this is my slang. Don't correct me. Don't make anybody, like we make big ol' moss.
Yes. Yep.
I'm probably saying it wrong. The dialect slang, I'm fucking it up more
No,
than
it's
big
an
ol'
Italian
moss.
thing.
You
Big
make
ol'
them,
moss.
you
You're making
make
it bigger
them more than
what
what
they
they
are.
are.
Yeah.
And then you make them something they're not. And then when they don't turn out to be that,
It's a disappointment.
yeah, it's a disappointment. When they show you the red flags, we put it down. Look for the green flags.
Right. Instead of not ignoring the red flags.
Yeah, don't ignore. You see the red flag, run.
Run. I know that's
Okay.
the advice I need.
Now another relive. If you could relive one day in your past that you regret doing something, Maybe you don't want to say it. But what day would that be, and what would you change differently to redo that day?
Oh my God, there's a couple of days like that. I would probably say the day. I don't know if I would say I regret it because then I wouldn't have my children. I would say I would probably relive it. I would say maybe find a better person to marry. I don't know. I guess the day I got married, that turned my life around is when I got married, and I wound up, and I had my children. So I don't know if I want to say that. I should take that back. Something that I would want to change. I think the day that my mother died, I wasn't there the day she died. I wish I could do
that's
that.
what I said.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't leave the house the day my mother died, because my
know
mother
what's
died
funny?
home.
You know what was funny? I was the only one there when my father died, and I was the only one not there when my mother died. Isn't that weird?
Oh,
Because I have 5 brothers. There's 5 of us. And I was the only one there with my dad.
You're the only girl?
No, I have 2 sisters, and one passed away, I told you.
Oh, God,
yeah. So let me tell you something. Losing a sister was I thought losing my parents was bad. It was like, I mean, a child can't, no, nothing's worse than a child, I'm sure. But losing my sister was like losing a part of me.
Oh, shit.
It's horrible.
Sorry.
But yeah, I think I wish that I would have been when my mother was there. That's what I would have changed.
What would it be, and how does it this is boring me.
No, it's good. I liked it. Kick it. Oh, wait. How is it doing a sex scene? Like, that's what I need to know. How awkward?
Awkward. Fucking, it's awkward.
Do you feel like
I had to do that sex scene with Jim? Awkward. First of all, they got to put tape on the guy's piece of eel.
Why? Because
to hold it up. Because if you're on top of somebody and you're rubbing, you're going to get a hard on whether you're attracted to the woman or not. That's just the man's makeup. So you don't want to feel a fucking hard on while they're on top of you. And you're like awkward because everybody's looking at you. They're looking.
Were you turned on with him?
No,
But
because you're
there's-
around a bunch of people. And I had Artie Bucco on the side of the bed. So I kind of felt very uncomfortable.
Right.
And then I had a sex scene with Michael Rispoli in a movie I did called Two Family House.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't even really a sex scene. We were under a sheet and we were laughing, but it's still awkward.
It's awkward. And then everybody's watching what's going on.
Yeah.
It's got to be awkward. So it's not, there's nothing sexy about it, basically.
There's nothing sexy about it.
No. Okay, so now we're going to play the next game then.
Yay.
Okay. This is a good one. Okay. So I'm gonna give you a line that these are all your lines from movies, shows, whatever you did. So you're gonna tell me which show or what movie they came from.
Shit. Yeah.
All right, ready? Wait, I wish I had my glasses.
I
with me
forget
now.
everything.
Let me see if I can see.
My
through your-
glasses.
Oh no,
I got
geez.
Uncle June
Woo.
prescription. This is an Uncle June prescription. You got to pay an extra $100 to make it not like
They're
a Coke bottle,
bifocals.
to make it thin lens.
They're bifocals. They're thicker than some of my boyfriend's
Yeah, these are
penises.
horrible.
All right, you ready? Let's see if I can read
Go
it.
ahead.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, this one's a good one. Okay. That fucking bowl cut cocksucker sold me 10 grand of fucking Bear aspirin. Fucked us both up the ass.
Oh my God.
Yes, you said that.
Oh my God. Euphoria.
She knew. Good.
Euphoria.
Good. I didn't say it as good as she does.
The motherfucking G.
I don't have the acting skills, so please don't judge me. Okay.
No,
Ready?
you got to act them out. If you're
Okay,
going to do
I'm
it,
gonna
act it
try.
out.
Okay, ready?
I'll tell if you got
Okay.
skill sets.
Okay, personally, with the styles today, I think that they all make women look like whores.
Godfather Harlem.
Yep.
Olympia Gigante.
She's good.
Olympia Gigante.
Okay, all right, ready? This is a good one. Tell your father where you got that money. Tell your father where you got that money.
A little movie called Bronx Tale.
Love it when you were on the staircase.
Yeah.
Right? I remember
Yeah.
that. Great. One of my best lines too of that movie is $20. He's out of your life forever. Great. Great
Yeah.
line. Good and good advice.
Yeah. It's the
Good
truth.
advice, right? Chaz said that.
Yeah.
Right? No, actually, didn't Robert De Niro say that? No,
No,
Chaz said it, right? Okay. Okay. Somebody donated their kneecaps for those tickets.
These are good lines you're coming up with. Sopranos.
Oh my gosh, she's good. It's good. All right, one more. Cops ain't gonna pat down a fucking 10-year-old.
Euphoria.
She's good. She knows her stuff. Yep, they were all right. It's a good.
What do I get? Is there a prize?
Yes, because you're you. That's your prize.
I
and you're on cats and pudding.
Wait, but I want to know, what is this ball? Are we going to hustle?
You know what? We could hustle. We should make that part. The next time you come on the show, we should turn the lights
hustle.
down and hustle. Can we do
Every
that?
day, every time I come on,
Yes.
I want to pick. You pick the song,
Yes.
freestyle or hustle disco,
Yes.
and I'll pick the song.
Okay.
And we do a little disco dance right
little
under the ball.
I love it. Can we do that? Is it a way we could do it? You think? Yeah. Okay. Good. I mean, that was these are good. Wish I had more lines now. We should add more lines.
What's your favorite Italian slang word?
What's my favorite? I mean, I guess baffangulo. I don't know.
But is that a slang? That's not a slang.
No.
That's an actual talking Italian, right? Baffangulo is...
Baffangulos. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm talking about...
Well, they think it's slang. Other people think it's slang.
Did you grow up with slangs in Brooklyn? Like you had your own little slangs that you used? Like
Forget
gumbarens.
about it.
Like gumbare, you give them too much gumbarens.
Which
is confidence. Which is confidence, by the way.
Yes, I would be. I like forget about it. You know, things like that. What else do I like?
Did you grow up in a very Italian household?
Oh my God.
Traditional
Italian. My father was from. My father was born in Italy. Yeah, my father was born in Italy. My grandmother was the typical Italian from Ellis Island with the bun on her head and the black dress.
And she lived in the house?
She lived in the house, and my mother's mother, who was a fashion designer and very young, because her and my mother were 17 years apart. So
your grandmother was a fashion designer?
Yes, my grandmother, and she worked for Henry Bendel.
Wow.
Yeah. And she only had one child, so she was like the progressive grandmother.
Wow.
So we were used to that grandmother, but then when my father's mom came, well, I wasn't alive then, but there's a funny story. But I was still a twinkle in my dad's eye. But she came to move in with us when my sister and brother, they'll tell us a funny story. And when she used to talk, it sounded like she was yelling. And my sister Mary was used to my grandmother, who was like this fashionista.
Oh,
and
wow.
And here's this woman screaming in Italian, and she hated her because she's so screaming at us. She pushed her into a chair, and my brother always told that she killed her. That meanwhile, because she laughed or something, she went to go stay with my uncle.
Your sister pushed the grandmother
Puts my grandmother into a chair.
God,
So my brother always said, "You kill grandma, Dad's gonna kill you." And my sister was 4, but my grandmother went to stay with somebody later on, but my sister just reconnects it that she pushed her and then she was gone.
Was your mother a forward thinker like her mother?
No, my mother wanted to be.
Wait, I'm sorry. Was that your mother's mother?
That was my mother's mother. My mother wanted to be the opposite and wanted to have the 5 children and be the
Susie Homemaker.
Right.
What was she? Did she work?
No, but my mother was very intelligent and she was a writer. And she should have.
What did she write?
She used to write short stories, and she played the piano beautifully.
I can't even believe it. My mother was a poet.
Isn't that crazy? And my mother played the piano beautifully. Like, I used to come home, my mother would be playing Chopin.
I love that. Do you want to hear? I can't. I got to go back to that. Do you want to hear a poem my mother wrote?
I love to.
Before she died. That is insane. It goes. It's quick. It goes from because have you ever felt that a person you lost, your father, mother, are in the room and you get like a chill?
Yeah,
like
you feel
their
electric,
presence.
Yep. You get the pricklies on the back of your head.
Oh my God. My mother wrote a poem that goes, "From far away as conceivable I have come. Like a breeze in the night, I have passed through your soul. My touch is light, almost non-existent, but I am too real to be ignored."
Oh, I just got chills from you saying that. That's beautiful.
Yeah, and that's the way it feels.
Right, it does. That's
like
exactly
a breeze
the
in
way
the
it
night.
feels. That's amazing. What a beautiful poem.
Yeah.
She was
So wait, your mother would be playing
Chopin when I would come home from school.
You know what's crazy?
And my father never graduated high school. Isn't that, yeah. Yeah. Isn't that,
I gotta tell you,
opposites attract.
But I love that because
she was very cultured, my mother.
My mother, too. My mother, all her friends were from a lot of her friends were from the neighborhood, from Harlem. But she had a friend, Phyllis, downtown, who was a poet, a painter. We'd go down there and all these autistic people. Yeah. My mother would hang out with them. And my mother sang like you cannot believe. That's in some of my short stories. That's where I get my thing from. That's where you get your autistic from. But that's so funny. Your mother did that too, and she was autistic.
Yeah, very. And my father died with dirt underneath his fingernails. You know, he was a street guy. You know, he never graduated high school. They met at a fight in high school. So he was like the savior. Like there was somebody coming in that started a fight with somebody, and my father basically beat up the guy, and he was like the hero.
Oh, how
and,
cute.
And my mother fell in love with
Of
him. So it was
course.
like opposites attract. So yeah, it was.
So your mother
crazy.
was more refined?
Very refined, and she wound up with children that were very loud, just like my father.
Wow.
Loud, but everybody was intelligent. I have to say that everybody went to college. That was a big deal in my family. My father all wanted us to get educations and wanted us to go to school, and we all
Wow.
did. Everybody went to college and did, careers and
Wow.
businesses. Yeah. So my grandmother, especially my mother's mother, was very big into that because she felt like, we were Italian, and they would look at us like how they would look at us.
Yeah.
When she first
Italians
came.
are very discriminated against.
Yes, we were so discriminated against.
And stereotypes.
Yes, and my sister Mary, who worked for Sotheby's, like she spoke proper. She would hate if she would hear me speak like Brooklyn
sister?
slang. My sister passed
Spoke
away. Proper. She would be like, "Stop talking like that." She goes, "You speak. Don't speak with such an accent." I'm like, "But Mary, this is the way I speak."
Wow.
She would be like, but she would see how they would discriminate her as being an Italian.
Wow.
Yeah, she worked for Sotheby's for many years.
That's
my
really
sister.
interesting. That is
And
so
she was a
interesting.
writer, my sister,
Now
too.
you see, this is what I'm talking about, the back burner.
Yeah.
Now, your mother was a pianist, creative.
Yeah.
So this is telling me more about you.
Yeah. So,
I love that.
like I said, my dad was more like rugged and like a street guy and that type of person. But I mean, he was a awesome guy.
You see,
He's an
I
awesome
feel
guy.
the homance
Yeah.
growing.
Yes, it's
The
such a home. We have
homance.
such a homance.
We have
now.
a homance,
did.
and
but
it's
we have a lot of
growing.
things that are in common. I
Yes.
think. I think that we.
But that's what I told you.
Yes.
You are a very creative person.
Thank you.
Yourself.
Thank
Your
you.
brain is different from other people. I'm telling you. And
I'm getting smoke blown up my ass. From
no,
Kathrine
it's very
Narducci.
different.
You know how freaking
You're a forward thinker.
Thank you.
You're a forward thinker.
thank
You're
you.
not letting the grass grow under your feet.
No.
You're always looking to move forward. I need to be around forward thinkers. I can't be around anybody who doesn't want to grow or progress.
No, I can't be around people like that either. I think that's when I was.
Wait, is that the right word? Progress.
Progress?
Progress.
It's not prostrate. It's posture. Progress.
No, yeah.
I think that's what I think from when I was married and when I was just raising my children. I just said that for me, I just knew that there was more for me than just that. And I always still stayed in school, and I made sure I advanced my education. I have my doctorate now, so it's like I can't go any further in my education now. So, but it's like,
What does that mean? You got your doctorate?
so I am a nurse practitioner, but I went further and got my doctorate. So I'm basically a doctor of nursing. So it's a
Wow.
DNP. Yeah. So I mean,
Come on, that's
amazing.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. And I gotta give you a standing ovation, round of applause. I can't sing, so I better not sing, because all the cats will definitely come if I sing. But I just have to be around people too that are progressive and inspiring. I need to be around people who are
Yes,
inspiring.
inspiring.
That's what I want to be around.
You need to be around, we all need to be around a person who's going to take you to the next level.
Yeah.
If you're not bringing something to the table that's going to raise me up a bit, and I can't raise you up a bit intelligently, in a conversation, spiritually, anyway, but bring
I said
something.
spiritually.
Spiritually.
Suffer and sucker to you rascally weapon.
Spiritually. No, but really,
Yes.
you got to bring something to the table, and isn't that what you look for in a guy too?
Absolutely, and that's what I feel like in the past. I need something like that in my life, and it's just,
It's a lost cause.
It's a lost cause. Sometimes.
Not really, though.
No, it's not. It's just I think that the people, I should say, my significant others, they just have to. They have to evolve in themselves. I can't bring them to their next level, so they have to get themselves to their next level.
That's right. But then that's why they're not a good match, because you need somebody who's already evolved and is going to take you to the next level.
Yeah, and that's what I do need. I mean, look, I give everybody a chance to do that. It's just that if you don't have the want to do that, then it's like, then what's the point?
Yeah.
I think that as men, as they get older, they become so complacent and so lazy. They just don't want to like bring not just romance, but just anything to the relationship. They think if you take out the garbage for you, like that's all they need to do now.
Right.
You know, you do all the little things. I want the big things.
Yeah, but that's a certain kind of guy.
Yeah.
You got to stop looking for that certain kind of guy.
I need
Get out of that circle that you're seeing the certain kind of guy in, and go to another circle and put yourself in a different kind of environment. Who am I to talk? I'm single 8 years. I'm just like.
Were you ever married?
Yes.
For how long?
Quick, not long, a year. Bad. But I'm single now 8 years and maybe longer, maybe 9 years, and it's very hard for me. I can't. I want to be with somebody. I want to be in a relationship, but I feel like I don't know. I just feel like I need somebody who's going to be like on my level of thinking that I could. I don't know. I feel like
you want somebody who's gonna excite you emotionally, physically, and mentally.
Yeah, it's very hard.
It is hard.
I'd rather be alone.
I
got used to being alone.
I say that too. I'd rather be alone than argue and try to make something work that's not going to work. But look, you know.
Alone but not lonely.
Right. Alone but not lonely. Hey, listen, I have a lot to fill my life, whether I move forward with who I'm with now. You know, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We have to see what happens. Only time will tell.
Yeah, that's right.
That's it. I don't have a crystal ball. I just know what I need to do for I know what I need to do for myself to make myself advance.
Are we good?
So I have one last question I got to ask you.
Go ahead.
That's my one last question. See, I'm actually looking at my paperwork now.
You're being organized.
I'm very organized. Where's my question? The last one. Okay. I know you want to talk about your favorite role. I know you want to talk about the role that changed you, that basically they took you off like the stereotype of a role that they would put you in. What would it be, the role that the last few roles that you've been in?
I think Euphoria.
And you love that character.
I love that character, yeah. First of all, I love the whole transformation. The blonde hair, we really bleached my hair. That was fun. And working with Sam Levinson, he's a genius. Working with Zendaya and all that whole crew, geniuses. They were all smart. They were all the best of the best in this business. They were all at the top of their game. Jacob now in Saltburn,
Oh
Zendaya's
my God.
in Dune and all these other great movies. And Sam Levinson he's amazing. I mean, the Levinsons, Barry, his father. I just like that role because it was out of the box for me. I don't think anybody else but Sam, because he's got such a creative mind and he's an out of the box thinker, let me do that.
Right.
And it was just a lot of fun.
It's a badass role.
Yes. I wasn't in the kitchen making gravy, and submissive to my husband.
Well, you're definitely not a woman who
I was
is
shooting
submissive.
dicks off. And it was fun. And I want to shoot more dicks off.
Let's go out and shoot some dicks tonight.
I want to go
Kathrine.
shoot some dicks off.
Oh, my God. Well, on that note, I'm so happy, Kathrine, that you came in to come and on my podcast.
I'm happy I came.
And I'm happy that I got to actually meet you. And like I said, I feel connected to you. And I'm happy that we're friends.
Me too.
I'm excited.
Me too. And I want to come out in Brooklyn. And what's the place, the restaurant? Let's give it a plug where we're going to go.
Oh, Cebu on Positano. That's where we gotta go.
We're coming for you, Positano.
We're coming for you, Positano. I'm bringing this beautiful woman there with me.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for being on the show.
And thank you for having me.
She's going to be back. She's going to come back and be my guest host once a month.
Yes,
so
it's going to be
Cats, Kitty, and Pudding.
Cats and Kitty Pudding.
Yes, Cats, Kitty, and Pudding.
Because Kitty's my nickname. They don't even know.
Well, everybody's going to know now.
Yeah.
We're going to do that. So everybody, make sure you watch my podcast on YouTube. Watch the whole thing and subscribe. Don't only watch the shorts. Apple and Spotify. Oh, my God. I got something in my mouth.
Drink your water.
Thank you, everybody, and have a great day. I got to drink more water.